May I help you?
Ah, Mrs. Noble. Joe's forgotten his favourite hammer. He sent me to come and get it.
Sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Oh, sorry. Where are my manners? It's Christopher. John Christopher.
The thing is, in all the years that we've been married, John, my husband's never sent anybody to the house, so...
Ah, yes, I was curious about that myself. Yeah, not like Joe at all, really, no. But he was with an important customer, an important and extremely unhappy customer, and he couldn't get away, and...
And he doesn't really like being called Joe.
Doesn't he, though? Yeah, we call him it as a bit of a laugh, really. Well, more of a dare, really. Bit of a temper on him is Mr. Noble. Speaking of which, could I possibly get inside and get that hammer? Just, he said he wanted to crack on as soon as his upset customer went away, and, you know, if not sooner, really, so...
Well, why don't you tell me which one it is, and I'll see if I can find it for you.
Oh, that's very kind of you, Mrs. Noble, but he insisted that I do it, not you. He was very clear on that, actually. I assume he didn't want to put upon you because of his forgetfulness, you know. Listen, I can see you're a little uneasy about this. Some strange lad comes to your door wanting to be let inside. I can see why you'd be reluctant. Look, how about I'll just go back to the quarry and let Mr. Noble know. I'm sure he'll understand.
No, please. Please don't do that. Just be quick. You know how my husband can be.
Oh, as well as anyone, Mrs. Noble. Besides you, of course. Where are the children?
Upstairs. Which hammer was it you wanted? Maybe I've seen it.
Did he hurt you?
I beg your pardon?
This morning, I heard him shouting at you from outside.
I think they should leave.
And I will. But I need to talk to you first. It's important. Listen, I know what your husband is capable of, Mrs. Noble. He must be a terror to live with.
No. He loves me. He provides for this family. He dotes on those girls. He made Mary's doll's house with his own hands. He's good with his hands.
Don't I know it? Look, this isn't an easy thing to say, Mrs. Noble, but your husband is a thief.
No. He's got a job. He works at the quarry.
As a smith, aye. But he thieves as well, Mrs. Noble. He's been stealing from the co-op for, well, we don't know how long, really. We think maybe a few weeks. Meat, mostly. You haven't noticed him bringing any more joints home lately. Maybe other things too. Maybe clothes for the girls, for you.
He's got a new customer. One that, like you said, one that pays well, but's not got much patience, like you said.
Aye, that may well be true, but he thieves as well, Mrs. Noble. Look, let me see. What have we got? October 13th, a sirloin of beef. October 18th, a lamb shank. October 22nd, a side of mutton. The most recent was a beef joint taken 2 days ago. I was there. I was there in the butcher shop. I followed him from the door all the way to outside this house about 4 o'clock in the morning. Does that ring true?
Is he in trouble? Are we going to lose him?
He is the trouble, Mrs. Noble. Look, I know you think he loves you, but your husband is a very dangerous man, and it's only a matter of time before he does someone permanent harm.
Oh, why are you saying this?
Look, you know your husband as well as anyone, Mrs. Noble, but I've seen him. He will kill to avoid capture. Surely you can see how this must end.
No, he wouldn't. My husband is a lot of things, but he couldn't kill somebody. He's not a murderer.
Would you have said he was a thief 5 minutes ago?
No, but I've only your word for that.
But we both know that isn't true. It can't be true.
What are you doing? Stop it.
Is this your back room? You know, Where your husband keeps all these tools and everything.
No, you can't go in now. Nobody's allowed in there.
Why not? What are you afraid I'll find?
No, please, stop. What are you doing?
Where are your keys?
He keeps him with him, I think. Please don't. If you damage the door, he'll think we've been in there, and then he'll punish me or the girl.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
I think you should go, please.
You're not safe with them, Mrs. Noble. You know that.
Oh, yeah. And where am I safer? With you.
I didn't mean to...
Oh, stop it. You sound just like him. Now go. Get out. Don't come back. Oh, God. What have you done?
Gentlemen of the jury, it is my duty to advise you on how you should vote when you retire from this court. That the defendant is indeed the man who broke into the premises of the Windy Nook Cooperative on October 31st can scarcely be in doubt. It is remarkable that there are 8 or 9 pieces of circumstantial evidence that all point to the guilt of the prisoner in this regard. While some evidence is weak, some is strong. I would like to draw your particular attention to the injury sustained on the defendant's head. All are consistent with the testimonies given to the event, while the defendant's claims that these injuries were sustained at work are entirely unsubstantiated. In a court of law, I see no reason why this case cannot be tried as murder. The defendant was clearly engaged in a felonious enterprise, having broken into a shop after dark, in disguise, and armed with a revolver. The men who stood watch that night had a right in law to use violence in pursuit of his arrest. The only way I see this being tried as manslaughter would be if the violence was used in some unlawful way. You are now to retire to carefully consider your verdict.
So it was all a lie. I gave you my hopes, 2 beautiful children, my love, everything that was mine to give, and this is your gift to me. I was a good wife, was I not? I was faithful. I did everything that you asked of me to the best of my ability. I saw to your needs. And when you were less than yourself, I forgave you. You have ruined me. You've trampled over my hopes and my dreams with your lies and your temper. You have lied so well and for so long. I don't even know if the man I married ever really existed. I've been living with the shadow. And I will live with your shadow long after you've gone. And what about me and the children? What are we supposed to do? We're farther now from the sun than we were, further than ever. And now you are not even a useful shadow. You're the most useless form of shadow. You don't even provide security or safety. You just darken the sky.
Gentlemen of the jury, have you reached a verdict on which you were all agreed?
Yes, my lord.
On the count of murder, do you find the defendant guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Do you have anything to say as to why the sentence of death should not be passed upon you?
I would like to say a word or two. I might say that I am innocent of the crime of which I've been charged. I must confess, I did not hear everything you said in your summing up, but I cannot say that I need say thank you for your remarks.
Do you wish to say anything else?
No, my lord. Only, you may break my neck, but you'll not break my heart.
Very well. The jury have found you guilty of the murder of John Patterson, upon evidence which no doubt seemed quite clear to them, and I must say to me it seems the same. The sentence of death is imposed upon the defendant, Joseph Noble. Take him away.
I couldn't reach her. She wouldn't listen to us.
What could you hope to do? To undo everything he might have done to her? He had a lifetime, you only a few moments.
We all know what a terror he was. You can only imagine what living with him must have been like.
He was no man. He was a mad dog, and he deserved to be put down.
Aye, he deserved all he got.
But is she? What did she do to deserve this? I saw her. She didn't know what she was doing. I'm sure of it. She was too frightened to question him. Sure, he paid a steep price for what he did to Mr. Patterson, to Mr. Sutton. But he doesn't have to live with that, does he? The families, they do. We do. All of us. And she does. What has she got now? Huh? Mouths to feed, rent to pay, and regrets. Regrets where our marriage should be, where our children's father should be. Here, take this. I'd have only spent it on this rock gut anyway.
Thank you.
And I swear, I won't drink another drop. Not while she suffers for what that villain did.
Good lad.
Never mind, good lad. Get your hand in your pockets. You won't suffer for the want of one more pint.
Yeah, Pet.
And you, kind sir?
Just don't be coming in here every night.
There's more to be done than pestering the likes of you for your pennies. I understand now. The road changes us. But we choose which route to travel and who we travel with. I might not be able to save Mr. Patterson, but I can carry him with us. And he'd have spoken up for Mrs. Noble.
We'll serve the whole community.
Not just those we deem fit.
Aye. To Patterson.
To Mr. Patterson.